know what all these flashbacks to Laguna remind me of? It's kind of like the movie Highlander, when we'd periodically go back in time and look at all the major events that define Connor MacLeod's life up till now. Or, say, Lost, where the characters flash back to meaningful events in their lives. They allowed us to see the characters in other times and other places, interacting with new characters and dealing with unusual situations so that we could get new insights and perspectives on their backgrounds and motivations.
Unlike Final Fantasy VIII, where none of these goddamn flashbacks contribute a single, solitary thing to the main storyline at all. I mean, seriously, who are these people? Where are they? What are they doing? What do they want to do? How does any of this relate back to anything? Like, alright, I know there's a lot of game left. There's like 3 discs of game left to go. And there's probably some way they could find to tie all of this meaningless shit together and have it make total sense. I really don't think so.
Okay, so apparently Laguna survived jumping off a cliff, and now he's working as a village monster slayer, because you can't set your foot outside your door without getting jumped by a roving gang of giant caterpillars. Yeah, giant caterpillars. This game is fucking retarded. What are they gonna do? Eat your fucking shrubberies?
Everyone, listen to me! We must send away for a warrior from distant lands to help drive these giant caterpillars away. If we delay much longer, they might turn into giant butterflies!
You know, anything else I might have believed, like orcs or werewolves or wolverines. But caterpillars? There's a ton of them! They're in like every fight I had in this flashback. How do you get ambushed by fucking caterpillars? You're just walking around a completely empty village and holy shit, caterpillars! How do you not see 16-foot caterpillars coming? It's not even like they're taking an aggressive posture. Look at them. They're totally laid back. And you know what really confuses me here is the way the music does this really weird shift from horrible, brutal, graphic violence to tender, sweet love music. You can't do that! Do you have any idea how jarring that is? Anyway, once you go to the bar, Laguna's old friend Kiros shows up. And what a coincidence! Kiros is our next contestant on Boy or Girl!
Final Fantasy VIII has been actually pretty good about keeping the androgynous anime-style characters to a bare minimum. I'd be on the fence about Irvin if he didn't clearly have a man's name, but as for Kiros, well, like, frankly, I have no idea.
At first, the muscular build and broader shoulders suggest a man, but the long below-waist-length braided hair with colorful beads suggest a female. Kiros also wears jewelry in the form of earrings and has a very feminine neckline and what appear to be plucked eyebrows. I'm not sure how to classify the unorthodox fighting style. Like I said, Kiros seems to prance around like Voldo, but the small punching daggers slightly suggest a female, since most of the characters in this game seem to favor weapons that are like 4-foot long swords or boat anchors. Kiros also wears what appears to be tight leather jeans, boots that zip up from the front all the way to the toes, and a midriff exposing tank top.
Let's see, form-fitting clothes and a leather fetish. And yet I haven't seen a single solitary nude picture online of a female Kiros with Renault Aquistus or selfie. Then again, Kiros is a minor character. See, I want to go with my gut, but I need to trust the lack of porn. I'm sorry, I just need clearer evidence of breasts, so I'm gonna say... boy? Yes! Yes!
Laguna ropes Kyros into patrolling the town with him, which is really just consisting of running to the edge of the town and back, and dealing with random encounters. But since I refuse to waste my time with killing giant caterpillars, I've enabled the Encounter None ability I learned from the devil, so I never run into any monsters except bosses now. And that raises kind of an interesting point. If a character is protected from random encounters, how far can he exactly confer that protection? Is it like some kind of radius? How big exactly is that radius? And trust me, removing all the random encounters shaves like 20 hours off this godforsaken game, but that doesn't stop it from doing everything it possibly can to bog the narrative down in endless scenes of dialogue, because Kyros never stops talking the entire fucking way. He explains that he can get Laguna a job at the popular Timber Maniacs magazine as some kind of tourism correspondent.
Oh what, you're just gonna leave and abandon this village to the ravaging giant caterpillars?
Laguna asks Kyros how everyone else is doing. Ward, despite months of tickle therapy, never managed to regain his voice, and he currently works as a jailer. Julia, the piano player Laguna had a crush on, instantly forgot about Laguna's sorry ass the minute he disappeared, and married some guy named General Caraway.
So that means that Julia is Renoa's mother! Wow! That really doesn't have any significance on anything.
And let's see, there's a lot more boring talking that goes absolutely nowhere, and eventually the flashback just sort of peters out. The main characters wake up in some kind of Galbadian prison, but now you're in control of Zell. At first there's like a moment of panic, like, oh no, Zell can't be our backup hero, can he? No way. But then you realize the game is just trying to desperately hold on to the tiniest shred of suspense that Squall might really be dead. And he's not, of course, because 10 seconds later, we see Cypher slapping the shit out of him in another prison cell.
Okay, does anyone want to tell me how Squall somehow managed to survive being impaled through the chest with a 5-foot spear of ice? Because that kinda kills some people. It's just a little consistency is all I'm looking for, you know?
Cypher proceeds to feel Squall up, and then straps him to some kind of vertical platform and proceeds to torture him with electrical shocks. Gosh, you know, that looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? Apparently the sorceress is really paranoid about the seeds being specially trained to take her out, and she wants to know what's so special about them. And Cypher, being a whiny bitch who never finishes anything, doesn't know because he never graduated from the seed program. Really, you want to know the secret to being a seed?
Yeah, if Irvin and Zell qualified, I don't think there's much to it. But of all the people you could have chosen to torture, you chose Squall? I mean, I know you've got a history with the guy and you've got a serious vengeance hard-on, but Squall? I mean, just hook up the electrodes to Selfie's nipples. You don't even need to go that far. You could probably just take away her cell phone and she'd squeal.
Meanwhile, Zell and the others are getting beat up by a mean guy. No, really, his name is Mean Guy. Zell gets the worst of it when the mean guy tap dances on his ribcage, and when he leaves, Selfie tries to heal Zell's injuries with, wait, magic? Now they're using magic?
And nobody thought to do this when Ward was bleeding out his throat? Nobody thought to cast a full life spell on Eris? I mean, it's just not fair. You know?
They're also stuck in a room with some kind of 5-foot-tall furry thing called a Moomba. A Moomba. Honest to God, guys, I have no fucking clue. You thought the Ewoks were stupid? It's actually a huge orange furry thing that looks like some kind of cross between Bart Simpson and the Cowardly Lion. Actually, it looks like something that ought to be selling some extreme new flavor of Cheetos. Well, anyway, the cure spell doesn't work, and Quistis explains it's because of an anti-magic field here. Oh, really? An anti-magic field?
Oh, you just pulled that one out of your ass, didn't you? So why can't they just use magic to overpower the guards or to summon the goddess of ice to blow the door off the hinges? There's a anti-magic field. Oh, of course. So someone just invented that, huh? How the hell does that work? How does it work, you may be asking? How? With science, of course! I'm Dr. Insano! It's what I do! And if you order today, I can have the Dr. Insano anti-magic field generator kit overnighted to you! Never again be humiliated by such do-gooder arcane superheroes like Doctor Strange or John Constantine or Zatanna. Doctor Strange. What's he supposed to be a doctor of anyway? I don't see him doing any real science. But now you can shut them down with the new Dr. Insano anti-magic field generator kit with its 3 settings, starting from its lowest economical green setting, David Blaine, all the way to its highest industrial strength power, David Copperfield. No magic will touch you, and it's all thanks to the Dr. Insano anti-magic field generator kit. I'm sorry, but if anti-magic fields have been invented and they're common knowledge, why in the hell is the sorceress such a big problem? But Dr. Insano, you may be asking, how am I supposed to plug it in? I have so many other of your wonderful gadgets. Not to worry, dear consumer, I've thought ahead. I've installed this additional dongle thing, which adds 3 additional outlets, so you'll have plenty of room to plug in your iPhone charger. Yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? Now, how much would you be willing to pay for the Dr. Insano anti-magic field generator kit? $4.99? $5.99? What price total global domination over magical powered superheroes, you ask? Well, as you can tell, I'm Insano, and my deals are also crazy. You see, you too can own the Dr. Insano anti-magic field generator kit for only $99.95. And, as an additional bonus, I'll even throw in the 2 Dr. Insano robotic grabby things, so you can safely handle the raritanium nuclear ore that goes inside the anti-magic field generator kit. Also, just because I like you a lot, I'm willing to throw in this, my latest invention. It's only in its prototype phase, but I want you to try it. It's the new Dr. Insano Neuralyzer. These deals are out of this world. You will forget anywhere else you may have seen deals this good. See, I'm immune because I have goggles. Nothing at all. I'm lonely inside.
Anyway, the group decides that they're completely helpless without their weapons, and so their only hope of overpowering the guards is Zell, because he's already got his weapons, because, as he says, these weapons are these fists o' mine! But first they need to get out of their cell, and since Zell is the one making the plan, oh god, how much do you want to bet it's the stupidest escape plan ever conceived? Oh yeah, it's even dumber than the sick man routine. Zell runs up, knocks on the door, and informs the guards that the ladies have all been bitten by a poisonous snake in his cell and are all dying. And the guards, being the rock-stupidest bastards in existence, immediately rush in to investigate. No, you fool, don't open the door! The deadly cobras will escape! Zell runs out with the Moomba to bring back the weapons from a group of guards who just happen to be standing out in the hallway playing with all their equipment. Ah, his fists! Our shotguns are useless against them! After you get the weapons back, Zell brings them back to the ladies, and holy shit, he's growing! Ah! Yeah, well, for some reason, Zell and the ladies all swell up into 20-foot-tall titans and escape. Biggs and Wedge from earlier try to stop them, but unfortunately, they can't quintuple their size like the others, and they're quickly dispatched. It's interesting to note that I can seemingly cast magic spells and summon demons just fine in here, despite the anti-magic field they made such a big deal about just a few minutes ago. Once you're out, you brawl through floor after identical floor filled with robots and guards. It's incredibly annoying watching the game recycle the same map a half-dozen times for every floor of the prison, as if it's not even bothering to hide the fact that it's deliberately trying to waste your time. Now, you can explore most of the cells where, despite the complex being under full alert, several of the prisoners will eagerly play cards with you. In fact, most of them actually have the balls to demand payment before they'll play cards with you. Even if I wasn't being chased by hunter-killer robots, would you ever pay someone $300 to play Magic the Gathering with you? Fuck that noise! It's like the people who created this game have no concept of time, urgency, or logic. I can't believe how there's not a single screen of this game that I can't bitch about. After several more floors of this crap, the Moombas lead you back to where Squall is being held. At this point, I have to stop and explain something. Anytime a party member joins or leaves the group, or you're forced to split the party, you're gonna run into a little bit of a problem. By this point, you've spent a ton of time already equipping your current party with all their GFs, their abilities, and their junction magic spells. The only thing each character maintains separately is their own inventory of magic. When you're forced to change your party lineup, those characters are almost always completely unequipped. They don't have any magic, and they don't have any GFs. And without GFs, they don't have any abilities. Without junction magic, their hit points and their melee attacks suck. So what do? Well, you have to equip the new party members, and the game makes this process actually pretty fast by allowing you to exchange all of one character's stuff with another's. And that's pretty convenient, but it also has the side effect of almost completely eliminating the individual character's sense of identity. You really just have 3 different configurations of GFs and magic. The characters themselves are basically blank slates with no distinguishing combat features except their limit breaks, which you'll rarely use. You'd think Zell or Squall would be better melee fighters than the girls, but it all really just comes down to what spell they have junction to their strength attribute. So now that Squall is joined again, I have to choose a new party and fix everyone's GFs. It doesn't take long, but remember, you have to do this every time the party changes. Everyone decides that the only way out is on the bottom floor, so they all decide to take an elevator back down, even after I spent all this time going up. Only problem is, Zell has to stay behind to operate the elevator console, and this necessitates another party change, and I have to move all of Zell's shit to someone else. Once Squall and the others get to the bottom, they run into a dead end because beyond the escape hatch, there's nothing but a solid wall of earth beyond, because apparently this complex is underground. Then the narrative switches back to Zell, who gets jumped by guards the instant Squall leaves. Now I have to switch all of Zell's GFs back to him again. Zell gets in big trouble, but luckily Squall swoops in to save the day. I am a little confused as to how he swoops down from above when he's supposed to be about 20 floors below Zell, but whatever, I don't fucking care. An overjoyed Zell rewards him with the most graphic, prolonged, succulent blowjob ever witnessed in a video game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes! Oh, this is hot, and I'm not even gay. Squall says no, but his hands and his hips say, God, yes! Anyway, since there's no way out downstairs, the group decides to head back up. Again! But they can't go up because guards with machine guns start to pin them down. But suddenly, Renoa and Irvin come from out of nowhere and hold the guards off while the others escape. And this forces you to change your party. Again! And once again, you guessed it, you have to run through a series of identical prison floors until you fight a giant robot at the very top. Once you're outside, you can finally get a good look at where the group has been taken. It turns out that the entire prison is some kind of huge, mobile, subterranean, 3-pronged drill.
Why? Why would you build something like that? Why would you build a drill-shaped prison? What the hell possible function does that serve? How would you even get government funding for something like that? What dipshit politician proposed a bill for this monstrosity saying, yeah, it's pretty good, but you know what the modern prison system needs? It needs to be drill-shaped and able to tunnel underground. What the hell kind of sense does that make? Science, of course! Oh, shut up.
Squall barely manages to escape the submerging drill structure, and the scene fades back up as the party has taken refuge in a fully stocked garage with 2 fully fueled Galbadian Army troop carrier transport trucks inside. What the fuck is this? Why is there a garage just standing here in the middle of the fucking desert? Why are there trucks inside? Who the hell do they belong to, and where are they? Well, gosh, it's a good thing Cypher explained his entire evil plan to Squall before leaving him to die, because now they know exactly what the sorceress is planning. And she's planning to have the Galbadian army launch ICBMs at all of the gardens, starting with Balam Garden and Selfie's home garden. So they decide to split up. Squall leads a team to Balam Garden, while Selfie, yes, Selfie is leading a strike team, heads to the nearest missile base to stop them from launching.
So they don't have radios, but they do have intercontinental ballistic missiles.
And the good luck just keeps coming because Selfie just so happens to be driving a Galbadian army troop transport, which just happens to have uniforms that fit them in the back. So the guards at the checkpoint wave them through without a second glance, because that's how every military operates when it comes to the security of their missile bases. And of course, when the game hands control back over to you, you have an entirely new party to equip. Again! The girls immediately run into some problems when the door to the missile base turns out to be locked with a card reader. A locked door to your missile base? Those crafty bastards! But the suspense holds for a full 5 seconds until Quistis mentions that she just happened to find a matching keycard in the truck.
The truck they found in the desert! Someone left a keycard to a nuclear missile silo in the middle of the desert. Am I getting through to you people at all?
Plus, think about this. You're sending a strike team to shut down a missile launch, and it's led by Selfie. You're letting Selfie loose on the controls to a missile silo. And when she accesses the computer, she's so stupid your only options are to just press whatever and bang on it hard.
Okay, guys, now, hang on. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Oh, shit. Stop hitting buttons, you crazy bitch! You'll kill us all!
Major Dave, get me the president. Yes, sir.
No, don't fuck with the error ratio! Now you'll be spraying nukes all over the country! Think of the innocent people!